how she tries to control her opponent's leg. It's very important for her to keep that particular position, because she needs to stay away from the arm lock. And we restart. Just the 1 point for the Ukrainian. Whoa, this was a beautiful technique for Maria Zharskaya, who tries now to pin her opponent on the ground. Yes, now it starts the countdown. It was a beautiful technique, beautiful attack, even though it wasn't that spectacular. It was very well done and in the right moment. Beheva trying to get out of the submission, and now Zharskaya looking for another technique. As you all know, after the pin, you are allowed to try to attack an arm lock or any other technique that you like. It's not like in judo where the pin, a successful pin, ends the fight. We restart. Right now, Maria Zharskaya leads by 6 points to 1. Of course, she's one of the favorite in this weight class, women under 52 kilograms, and we can clearly see why. Ala Beheva, a little bit younger than her opponent. Zharskaya again looking on the ground, good technique. It was a nice reversal, but it didn't work out the way she wanted to. Beheva right now trying to reverse her to escape the guard and to pin her from the side. It didn't work, and they restart. Today we have only 12 fights. Yesterday we had 14. Today only 12, and as it happened today, we have fights from this weight class, women under 52, up to men combat sambo plus 100. So we're going to see all type of weight classes. Beheva trying again to attack, and now Zharskaya looking for the position, a rolling arm lock. She has the half position. She lost the leg, and now she tries to open. But the Ukrainian did exactly what she had to do. She rolled over, trying to defend. Zharskaya succeeds to secure the position. Now she has the position. She only needs to attack the arm, and she has the arm. Let's see. Good defense so far. No, she tapped. A ruthless attack for Maria Zharskaya. Beautifully executed, and very fluid. Another gold medal for Belarus. Maria Zharskaya. But it was a beautiful fight. It started with a very good moment for the young Ukrainian. But in the end, Maria Zharskaya succeeded to win the victory. Let's watch it again. This was the first attack, very nicely done, an inside trip. Very beautiful low inside trip, and here we see the end of the arm lock. Ukrainian trying very hard to defend herself, but she couldn't. Well, here we go, men under 57 kilograms. Excuse me. It's a fight between Georgia and Kazakhstan. In the red, representing Georgia, Irakli Kupatadze, a very, very well-known fighter. And his opponent from Kazakhstan, Adimbay Karilberdi, the Georgian in red, his opponent in blue. Started very quickly. These are the low weight classes, so we see a lot of technique, a lot of aggression, and of course a lot of stamina. This is one of the most important quality on the ground right now, with the Georgian trying to dominate. Nice attack, nice defense for the fighter from Kazakhstan. An ankle pick. He needed to drive a little bit more for this ankle pick. It didn't work, but it's interesting that the Georgian is attacking all levels: ankles, head, and also the traditional grips on the shirt. Good positioning on the outside for the Georgian. Good defense for his opponent. Moving around is the Georgian. Let's see, nice positioning, but he's not attacking. He was just controlling the position. Looking for the inside trip. Here's the Georgian. Good grips. It was a nice attempt, but it didn't work, and now the Georgian will try to... No, he doesn't. I thought he was trying to attack an arm lock, but he didn't. He just wanted to secure the position and to show everyone that he's in charge, especially to show his opponent this. Nice grip and a beautiful throw. Beautiful. 4 points. Well, it was beautiful, and now he tries to pin his opponent. No, he lost the pin. He lost the pin, but anyway, the throw was beautiful. Only 2 points. In the end, I was looking at the referee's hand gesture, and he said 4, and then probably they changed it to a 2, but it was a beautiful throw nonetheless. Now the Georgian looking for the arm lock. They are not so well known for their arm lock attacks or for their knee attacks. They generally are very good throwers and are very tricky. They know all the tricks in the game. They can do whatever they want. Again, good grip for both of them. Good attack for the fighter from Kazakhstan, and he still tries to keep himself in the game. He needs to do a little bit more though in order to win. The Georgian is very explosive. He's a great thrower, but he also has some chinks in the armor. Again, a beautiful throw. Another 2 points, and it's no. This one was a 4-pointer. Interesting. Interesting. It was a beautiful throw with a very high amplitude. For sure, we are going to see these throws in slow motion because they were beautiful. And again, the Georgian attacking the ankles this time. He's very tricky, and he moves a lot, He can attack you with a big throw with a lapel and a belt grip, or he can attack your ankles, trying to secure an ankle lock or something like that. Attacking high, attacking low, being able to keep his opponent guessing. This is exactly what the Georgian does, and he does it all the time. Look again, very calmly, both of them. Now it could be a good counter for the Georgian, but his opponent understood that he was in a very perilous situation, and this is why he controlled the fight. But let's wait for the referee's decision. I don't know exactly what he said. He was pointing at something. Well, nothing. Nothing. It was a very short moment when he was moving his arm, and I thought he was pointing at something, but he didn't. And again, the Georgian attacking the leg. And again, both of them very calm. Let's see. Now, the Georgian moves a lot. I don't think he's going to secure the arm lock, but for sure he wants to stay on the ground as much as he can. Only a few seconds. He could have done a little bit better. He's leading by 6 points. He doesn't have to do anything hasty right now. The last seconds of the fight. And this is going to be another half-point deduction against the Georgian, I think. Yes, and the point goes to the fighter from Kazakhstan. He needs to throw and to pin in 9 seconds. It's impossible. Or he needs to do a very impressive and quick submission in order to win. This is it. A victory for Georgia after a beautiful fight with two beautiful, absolutely beautiful throws. Those throws were very impressive, and for sure we are going to see them in this competition's highlight. Yes, victory for the Georgian, no doubt about it. A great team, a great country with a great tradition is Georgia. They are fighting in those mountains of them for more than 1,000 years. So it's uh, it's very likely that they have great sambo team. And here we go, our next fight, man combat. We're waiting for the fighters to enter. Russia against Uzbekistan. Dmitry Patev in red representing Russia against Bahadir Bokiev from Uzbekistan. Nice punch for the Russian. They are still looking for their positions. No, it's not. It's not going to happen. They were outside of the fighting area. No, they are a little bit in a hurry. Punches for the Russian, over and under, and again nice attack for the Uzbekistani, but but I think it was outside of. No, it started inside the mat. It was a lot of energy. It was a power double, or maybe almost a tackle, but it was beautifully done and with a lot of aggression. Looking for the punches, both of them. 3 minutes to go. Well, another nice punch for the Russian, but it's not enough. He has to do a little bit more. He seems to rely on his striking. A few headbutts. Another punch for the Russian. This time loopy, and it doesn't find the target. Let's see the throw. Good throw. 4 points. Yes, 4 points, and now he is pinning him. This is a great opportunity to win the fight right here, right now with the pin, and I think this is going to happen. Already 10 seconds, and the Russian doesn't move. Well, this is it. Victory for Uzbekistan after a beautiful performance for this young man. Two beautiful throws and a very good pin. And I think this is the first gold medal for Uzbekistan so far here in Minsk. This was men's combat sambo under combat sambo under 62. We still have have 9 fights to go, so a lot of techniques and a lot of action is still waiting for us. We saw the beautiful throws of this young Uzbekistani. The first row started inside the mat, and but it happened so quickly. I didn't quite see where it started. But this is why we have so many judges and referees all around the mat, because what one man can't see, the others for sure will. And we prepare for the award ceremonies, and after this award ceremony we will return with our next part of the competition, the next block of competition: women under 60, men under 68, and combat under 74 kilograms. But until then, let's enjoy this award ceremony.
Спасибо, но сейчас традиционное фотографирование на память. Спасибо. Ну что ж, а мы переходим к награждению в категории мужчины до 57 килограммов. And now we start the awarding ceremony in the weight category 57 kilos men. Встречаем спортсменов, встречаем финалистов и чемпиона. Награждение проводит председатель Федерации самбо Грузии, чемпион мира Автодил Цинцадзе и председатель Белорусского физкультурно-спортивного общества «Динамо» Аверенко Игорь Николаевич. Третье место заняли Авазбек Абуджалилов, Узбекистан. Гири Надаишвили, Грузия. Второе место завоевал Гирирды Айденбай, Казахстан. И первое место Ираклий Купатадзе, Грузия. Победителю вручается Кубок Президента Республики Беларусь. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Грузии. Please rise the national anthem of Georgia. А сейчас традиционное фото на память. Now photo ceremony. Спасибо. Thank you. Спасибо. Еще раз ваши аплодисменты нашим победителям и призерам. Мы переходим к церемонии награждения весовой категории до 62 килограмм в боевом самбо. Встречаем призеров и победителя. Please welcome medalists and the winner. Награждение проводит физкультурного спортивного общества «Динамо» Аверенко Игорь Николаевич и председатель Белорусской Федерации самбо Кобрасев Александр Аркадьевич. Третье место завоевали Александр Воропаев, Украина, и Дмитрий Бородин, также Украина. Второе место Дмитрий Потеев, Россия. И победителем, чемпионом турнира стал Бахудир Бакиев, Узбекистан. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Узбекистана. Please rise, national anthem of Uzbekistan. Спасибо. Сейчас традиционное фотографирование на память.
Well, we return now to the fights. We'll start the second block of competition with women under 60 kilograms. Vera Harelnikova from Belarus against Dinara Zumbayeva from Kazakhstan. Again, two very well-known fighters, especially Dinara Zumbayeva, who is very experienced and who won a lot of important competition in her career. So this is going to be a pretty interesting fight. Also, after this fight, we'll have a man under 68 kilograms. Again, a fighter from Belarus against an Ukrainian. And then combat man under 74. Ukraine against Uzbekistan. But until then, let's start with our fight. women under 60, Vera Harelnikova from Belarus in the red uniform against the fighter from Kazakhstan, Dinara Zhumbayeva. And here we see the fighters ready to enter uh, the mat. The Belarusian. And her opponent. Well, here we go. The fighters are ready. The referees and the judges are ready. And we for sure are ready. Start very quickly with both of them looking for their grips. Good grip for the Belarusian, who is looking for a lapel, a double lapel. And now she has the arm lock, but it wasn't quite effective. This attack, she lost the grip on her opponent's arm. So without an arm, of course, there is no arm lock. Good grip and nice attack for Dinara. Let's see, probably 1 point for the fighter from Kazakhstan. No, a 2 point. It's very difficult to see from this angle exactly what happens in all the parts of the mat. It was clear that that particular technique was supposed to receive some points, but it's very difficult to say how many. But this is why you have judges all around the mat to see exactly how many points should be allowed, because of the way the fighter controls her opponent body mid-air, and they can see clearly which part of the body is touching first. And again, Dinara with a beautiful technique. Her opponent succeeds to control her and to counter that technique. It was a beautiful moment. She caught her in mid-air and then succeeded to reverse her. Now on the ground, and the Belarusian is looking for the arm lock. Looking for the lapel grip. Still a very close fight, both of them attacking for every possible angle. They're looking for trips, throws, and again, nice technique for the Belarusian, who is looking now for the arm lock. It was a beautiful setup for an arm lock. Her opponent is still defending very well. The reversal is there, the position is there. She has the arm, she attacks. Let's see. Well, it was deep and it happened. Beautiful, beautiful technique for the Belarusian. It was a beautiful setup, and she succeeded to control the rest of the movement. She should be proud, and she is, because it was a beautiful technique and a beautiful victory. Well, another goal goes to Belarus, Vera Helyakova. And it was a very, very beautiful setup. This is the end, but the whole attack was a beautiful one. And now she separated very well her opponent's arm, and this is how um, you can secure an armlock in a very strong way. You don't have to keep your hands together. You have to have one hand on the wrist and the other on the elbow. This is how you have a stronger grip, and also you can control easier your opponent's defense. Okay, here we go. I was still remembering the beautiful technique that we saw a little bit earlier, and as I was talking, the fighters enter the arena. Man under 68 from Belarus in red uniform, Vladislav Sayapin, and his opponent from Ukraine in blue uniform, Taras Kravchuk. We can call this a traditional confrontation between Belarus and Ukraine. Great fighters in both countries, great schools, great trainers, great judges. By the way, there are a lot of good judges and referees for both from both countries. And here we go. In red, the Belarusian. In blue, the Ukrainian. Nothing happened. It was the very first. It were the very first moments of the fight. Both of them trying to understand each other, trying to understand the techniques. Very quick attack for the Belarusian. He's not looking for big throws. He's not looking for explosive and spectacular movements, but he's looking for something that can score him points. The Ukrainian looking for grip, nice lapel grip for the Belarusian, and now he's looking for a throw. Good defense though for the Ukrainian, who is looking for the arm lock. He has the arm, but he lost the position. Still has one leg. Let's see. No, it didn't work, and still action. Well. This this fighter from Ukraine is something else. Very aggressive with a lot of stamina and very imaginative. Now it didn't work. And again, a good grip on the lapel for the Belarusian, who he was looking for a fireman's carry. It didn't work. Now he attacks the ankles. He changes into a double. Now these positions were I don't know. He just tried to secure his opponent. It is very difficult to throw somebody from that position, and to lift him it's almost impossible. But this is why the Ukrainian was active on the ground. He was waiting for a possible mistake. It didn't happen. He's still leading by 1 point, and now this is a beautiful throw. 1 point again. You see, it's the same thing. He's looking for these small, tricky techniques that don't look don't look spectacular, but they give you points. And of course, you win by points. You not win by artistic impression or anything like that. Still, the Belarusian looking for his favorite grip. Ukrainian is so strong, but he commits too much, a little bit too much. Now on the ground, almost got pinned, and the Belarusian on his back, looking for the arm lock. We all know what's going to happen, and probably this is why the Belarusian didn't follow with the attack. Nice technique. It's going to be very difficult to lift him up, and this is exactly what you risk when you try to do something very spectacular. With a tricky opponent, you risk to be countered, and this is exactly what the Belarusian did. He was waiting for his moment, and he succeeded to counter that particular attack. Again, looking for the outside trip is the Belarusian. Both of them looking for the position, but it's going to be almost impossible for the Ukrainian to win this one. He needs a submission, or he needs a perfect game for 1 minute, and he didn't have a perfect game for the first four, so it's almost impossible to win. This is exactly how you win a fight, and I really like what we saw from Władysław. Beautiful technique, very calm, very relaxed. He looks like walking in the park, not like being a fighter right now, and this is very important. He's concentrated, but he's very relaxed. He can use his body anytime that he wants. And another small technique with a beautiful execution, and he wins this final. This is exactly how you win, with intelligence, with relaxation, and with a lot of determination. Great example. A smart young man with beautiful technique and with great demeanor. Another gold medal for Belarus. This is the beautiful one. He succeeded to throw. It was a beautiful counter. This was the spectacular technique, but let's not forget the other techniques that were not so spectacular, but were as effective. Well, this concludes men under 68 kilogram final, and now we move forward. Men combat under 74 from Uzbekistan. Istam Kudratov in red uniform, and his opponent in blue uniform from Ukraine, Krasnozhon Vitaly. Well, the Ukrainian in blue, the Uzbekistani in red. Ukrainian seems to be a little bit stronger, but he uses this very wide techniques, punches and kicks. while his opponent gets close and commits to straight rights. Good attack for the Ukrainian though. On the ground, let's see some ground and pound. And he has the arm and he has the leg. Let's see. Well, nothing from that particular position. The striking is not their forte so far. This was a beautiful technique for the Ukrainian, switching back kick. And now on the ground with the Uzbekistani trying to attack an arm lock. It's another half point deduction. And we are waiting for the fight to restart. Another attack for the Uzbekistani. On the ground, looking for some ground and pound, good punches, but it will not last so much. It's the pinning. It's almost impossible for the Ukrainian to get out of that pin. 5-1 right now for the Uzbekistani. Again, they move. Nice technique for the Ukrainian, but oh, whoa! It worked well for him. There were a lot of good knees and punches, and on the ground, I don't know exactly what he was waiting for on the ground. But he needs more than ground and pound to win this one. He needs one or good throws, or maybe a knockout. At this level, it's very important to start early and to start very smart. Good ground and pound, good defensive striking for the Ukrainian, but now he leaves his back open, and the Uzbekistan is attacking. He has the lapel and he also has the arm. Let's see. Oh, great position, great position. This is going to be very difficult for the Ukrainian to survive. Well, and this hurts a lot. This hurts a lot. Is a submission that hurts a lot and takes your breath. Well, let's see, can he survive? This is one strong young man and one very resilient young man, we have to say that. He succeeded somehow to control a part of his lapel, so the choke is not that deep, but it's a very unpleasant moment for him, and it's a very dangerous position. I think the Uzbekistani still has the lapel, and now he moves towards the arm, I think. No, he still has the lapel. He still wants the choke, but they are stopped. I don't know whether the Ukrainian tapped or not, but it was a very difficult moment for him. Swinging for the fences is the Ukrainian, trying to do something with this defensive ground and pound, but his opponent is very smart and moves very well around. Tries to roll him over. 44 seconds to go. He succeeds to roll him over, but nothing happens from that position. They restart. A little bit more than a half minute. Yeah, it's beautiful striking, impressive striking, but not very effective striking. It's the second half point deduction against Uzbekistan, and the first point for the Ukrainian. Restart.
Одержал победу и завоевал золотую медаль турнира представитель Узбекистана. The winner and the gold medalist is from Uzbekistan, Istan Kudratov.
Ну что ж, а мы переходим к очередному блоку награждений. И первое награждение в категории 60 килограммов у женщин. Встречаем призеров и победителя. Please welcome medalists and winner. Награждение проводят министр спорта и туризма Республики Беларусь Ковальчук Сергей Михайлович и председатель Белорусской Федерации самбо Кобрасев Александр Аркадьевич. Третьи места, third places, Катерина Хомяк, Украина, и Кристина Зуева, Беларусь. Второе место, Динара Жумабаева, Казахстан. И первое место чемпионом турнира стала Вера Корявикова, Республика Беларусь. Все призеры получают почетные медали, дипломы. Ну а победитель получает невероятный кубок президента Республики Беларусь. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Республики Беларусь. Please rise, the national anthem of the Republic of Belarus. традиционное фото на память. Ну что ж, мы переходим к награждению призеров и победителя у мужчин весовой категории до 68 килограммов. Встречаем призеров и победителя. Please welcome medalists and winner! Награждение проводят министр спорта и туризма Республики Беларусь Сергей Михайлович Ковальчук и председатель Белорусской Федерации САМБО Александр Аркадьевич Кобрусев. Третье место завоевали Кирилл Ильиченко, Украина, и Ангел Ангелов, Болгария. Второе место завоевал Тарас Кравчук, Украина. И первое место победителем, чемпионом вашего турнира стал Владислав Саяпин, представитель Республики Беларусь. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Республики Беларусь. Please write the national anthem of the Republic of Belarus. Ну что ж, традиционное фото на память. Попросим немножечко еще задержаться наших почетных гостей. Оставим еще несколько приятных фотографий в электронном виде с этого замечательного мероприятия. Вы, мне кажется, и трибуны тоже не должны молчать. Давайте еще немножечко поддержим аплодисментами. Невероятные соревнования, невероятные бои продемонстрировали нам в этой категории. Ну что ж, спасибо спортсменам, спасибо нашим почетным гостям. Ну а мы переходим к награждению категории боевой самбо до 74 килограммов. And now let's start the modern ceremony in the weight category 74 kilos призеров и победителей аплодисментами. Please welcome Belarus and the winner. Награждение проводит президент Федерации самбо Узбекистана Алишер Алимов и генеральный секретарь Международной Федерации самбо Роберто Феррарис. Третьи места завоевали Джованни Риветти, Италия, Алазар Пайлиев, Туркменистан. Второе место представитель Украины Виталий Красножор. И чемпионом, победителем турнира стал представитель Узбекистана Истам Кудрата. Еще раз ваши аплодисменты призерам и победителям этой категории. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Узбекистана. Please rise, the national anthem of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Ну что ж, еще раз ваши аплодисменты, ну и традиционное фото на память. Ну что ж, на этом блок награждений завершается, мы переходим к соревновательной программе.
Поединок за золотую медаль турнира женщины, весовая категория до 68 килограммов. Gold medal contest for women in 68 kilos. Please welcome the athletes. In red from Mongolia. Приветствуем спортсменок. В красном спортсменка из Монголии Бацецек Цокачир. In blue, representing Ukraine. В синем представительница Украины Ульяна Кляпка.
It was a nice attempt for the Ukrainian. Well, she's looking for the arm lock. She has the position. She still tries to control the arm lock, but it's a little bit too late right now. 4 points for the Mongolian, and we restart. Well, these are very strong young ladies, and we can clearly see how they try to force each other into fighting. But let's not forget, the Mongolian team is very strong, and they always had a very strong team. And maybe they are not at all the competition because of one or other problem, but generally when they are very strong, and they can deliver every time they fight. Still, the Mongolian trying to control the grips, and you can see how strong she is. She is very powerful, and she's very difficult to be moved. Now she tries another throw. Let's see, 1 point. Yes, only 1 point for the Mongolian, but she still controls the fight. So we restart quickly. 3 minutes to go, and already 5 points for the Mongolian. This is going to be a very long fight for her opponent. And the coach knows this for sure. Nice reversal, nice control on the ground. No point scored, but she was looking for a different technique. She wanted to roll her over for a pin. It didn't work, but anyway, it was a proof of strength. Most of them keeping their position. The Mongolian attacking the lapel again, and she's looking for the throw. Still looking for techniques for an ankle pick or throw, something. Nice attack again. Mongolian trying to control the lapel, and now the throw. Oh, this was a big one. This was a big one, and this was done with power and determination like no other. Well, don't we have the decision? No, I think we have an instant replay probably. But the throw was beautiful. Maybe not a 4-pointer, maybe only 2 points, but even the Ukrainian coach is not so confident. Let's watch it again. It was a big throw. I don't know, and I really don't want to say anything before before they decide. I think it's only going to be a question of how many points. And let the commission work. Batsetsenga Tsogochir. She is she is ready. Doesn't matter what they say. She is ready for another throw for sure. It is her day, and she fights with determination. Let's see how many points. No, it's still victory. It's still victory. It wasn't. There were only 3 points, but still, it's 8-0. So victory for Mongolia in this fight, and now we prepare for our next fight from this third block of competition. Men under 90. No, excuse me, men under 82 kilograms from Ukraine, Dmitro Stetsenko, and his opponent from Belarus, Timofey Emiliano. So in red uniform, the Ukrainian, in blue, the Belarusian, another Belarusian in the final. It was expected. They are very strong. They have a great team, and also they are at home. They had a little bit more fighters than the other countries. So in red, the Ukrainian, in blue, the Belarusian. A little bit taller is the Ukrainian. Again, a beautiful weight class with strong young men, very technical also, and great stamina. I think it was an unintentional headbutt, but it hurts. Let's see. He can go. Looking for the grips, both of them. Nice lapel grip for the Ukrainian. And he's still waiting for the second grip. His opponent succeeded to open it very easily. Both of them looking for those small trips, outside, inside. And now the Ukrainian is looking for a knee bar or an ankle lock. It's almost impossible from that position. Well, he looks a little bit tired and a little bit injured, in my opinion. I don't know exactly what happened in the first part of today's competition, but he looks a little bit injured. Well, I think it was something that happened on the ground because the Ukrainian apologized. And yet again, looking for the grip. Nice technique for the Belarusian, but he didn't succeed to pull it. Very quick knee bar attempt for the Ukrainian, and it was also an interesting arm lock attempt for the Belarusian. I think we are going to see a lot of setups for submission techniques. Nice, nice, absolutely beautiful technique. 4 points for the Ukrainian. It was such a beautiful rolling technique. He was so relaxed and so effortlessly succeeded to pull this one over. Good grip. Let's see what this particular position is supposed to set up. Again, the Belarusian looking for the arm. 7 trying to control the posture, trying to control the position. One and a half minute to go. It's a nice outside grip. That's a very close fight. Even though that particular technique that the Belarusian succeeded a little bit earlier was beautiful, the rest of the fight was very close. Both of them trying to block each other, trying to be safe first, and looking for explosive techniques. Double leg, changing to an outside trip, still holding on to his opponent's leg. Nothing happens. They tried everything. I mean, they tried spectacular techniques. They tried safe techniques. Then they tried a little bit of submission game. And there was only one technique that was scored. That beautiful rolling throw for the Belarusian. Nice reversal. They're still on the ground, still looking for their positions and grips. Both of them fighting on the outside. 10 seconds to go. I think it's going to be 1 point for the Ukrainian. No, just, yes, 1 point for the Ukrainian, who is attacking right now. And he scores another point. Well, 10 seconds to go. It's not impossible for the Ukrainian to win, but it depends on how his opponent will be able to manage the rest of the fight. 4 seconds is just enough time for a good throw for... no. Another half-point deduction. And here we go. The last second of the fight, and this is it. Beautiful fight. Actually, this was a beautiful and a technical fight. Both of them looking for their favorite techniques. Both of them looking for everything, a little bit of everything, for the submissions, for throws, for the sweeps, for tactical positioning. And it was an interesting fight with two young men who showed again why the sport is so beautiful. And the technique that the Belarusians succeeded to use was a thing of beauty. And for sure, I'm going to see it in the slow-mos. Well, let's watch it again.
Бразилии боевое самбо, весовая категория до 90 килограммов. Gold medal
Beautiful
contest, 400
outside
men
trip
in 90 kilos.
with a little bit of a
Ladies and
twist.
gentlemen, the athletes in red from Ukraine. Приветствуем спортсменов
This was our
красным.
men under
Скоро
82
финальные
kilograms
ступени
final,
Петро
and
Давиденко.
now we prepare for
In blue
men under
representing
90
Ukraine.
combat.
В синих
Ukraine,
спортсмен также из
represented by
Украины
Petro Davidenko,
Константин
and his
Архипов.
opponent from also from Ukraine, Konstantin Arhipov. So two Ukrainians, Arhipov in blue, Davidenko in red. Ukrainians had a very good team. Throughout the competition, we saw a lot of very, very good fighters from Ukraine, and it's expected. They have a very good school of combat sambo and of sambo in general. Very calm, both of them. Non-commits and half-point deduction against Arhipov. I don't think it's going to be a war, but for sure I think it's going to be a nice fight. Or maybe I'm mistaken, because Arhipov succeeds some very powerful uppercuts, and then I needed a head and a nice technique, a nice takedown and ground control for Davidenko. I think he will be able to control his opponent for the countdown. 16, 17, 18. And this is it. We know who the gold medalist is. Very beautiful technique for Davidenko. Very calm. He waited for his moment. He throwed his opponent. He succeeded to throw his opponent, and then he pinned him. Another gold medal, another gold and a silver medal also for Ukraine. Men under 90 kilograms. We prepare for the award ceremony, and then we return with the last part of our competition. Women under 80, men under 100, and combat men plus 100. So we still have the biggest weight classes, and they are going to be very interesting. And one thing that I really like is the fact that Nino Zelashvili from Georgia is fighting now in a different weight class, under 80 kilograms. And also we will see Andrei Kazionak from Belarus at men under 100. These are fighters that we know very well, and we got accustomed for a long time. So let's see. After this award ceremony, we'll return with 3 more fights with more action from Minsk, Belarus.
Второе место. Ульяна Клепка, Украина. И первое место. Победитель турнира, представительница Монголии, Бацацек Цолкачи. Награждение проводит президент Национальной Федерации самбо Украины, член исполкома ФИАС Рогач Вадим Игоревич. И заслуженный тренер СССР, мастер спорта СССР Баранов Михаил Михайлович. rise, the national anthem of Mongolia. Спасибо. Ну и несколько фотографий на память об этом турнире. And now photo ceremony. Ну что ж, а мы переходим к награждению призеров и победителя в весовой категории у мужчин до 82 килограммов. Встречаем призеров и победителя. Please welcome medalist and winner. Награждение проводит президент Национальной Федерации самбо Украины, член исполкома ФИАС Рогач Вадим Игоревич и заслуженный тренер СССР, заслуженный мастер спорта СССР Баранов Михаил Михайлович. Третье место в этой категории завоевали Владимир Журиков, Беларусь, и Иван Кутришвили, Грузия. Второе место Дмитро Стеценко, Украина. И победителем турнира стал представитель Республики Беларусь Тимофей Емельянов. Традиционно призер и победитель получают памятные дипломы, медали, сувениры. Ну и, конечно же, кубок президента Республики Беларусь. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Республики Беларусь. Please rise, the national anthem of the Republic of Belarus. аплодисменты и несколько фотографий на память. Спасибо. Ну что ж, а мы начинаем награждение финалистов и победителя весовой категории до 90 килограммов в боевом самбо. Встречаем призеров и победителя вашими аплодисментами. Please welcome medalists and the winner. Третьи места завоевали Тижан Тижанов, Туркменистан, и Николай Киська, Молдова. Второе место представитель Украины Константин Архипов. Ну и победителем, чемпионом турнира в этой весовой категории стал Петро Тавыденко, Украина. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Украины. Please rise, the national anthem of Ukraine. Ну что ж, традиционное фотографирование на память. Спасибо нашим почетным гостям. Ну что ж, на этом очередной блок награждений подошел к концу. И мы переходим к соревновательной программе, которая, уверен, будет очень интересной и увлекательной.
Поединок за золотую медаль турнира женщины.
And we are back with the women under 80 kilograms. As I told you before, we will see right now Nino Odzelashvili from Georgia in red uniform
Приветствуем спортсменок в красном, спортсменка
at
из
this weight
Грузии,
class. This is going to be interesting.
И
And
второй
her opponent
representing Ukraine.
from Ukraine,
Спортсменка
Halina
из
Kowalska,
Украины, Галина
also a very well-known fighter. So the Ukrainian in blue, the Georgian in red. So far, the Georgians felt pretty good. They have some, I think, two gold medals so far. But the Ukrainian had an amazing tournament. They had a lot of medals and a lot of fighters in fighting each other in the finals, which is amazing. No, not so many Russians though. I don't think we had too many fighters from Russia. Generally, there are a lot of Russians, but right now the Belarusians and the Ukrainians were the best in the finals. Well, let's see. Zelashvili looking for the throw. Nice defense for Kowalska. Yes, it was a beautiful counter, and let's see how many points. At least one. Yes, 1 point for the Ukrainian. And now she's looking for the unlock. She has the position almost. Zalvini trying to reverse the position, and she succeeds. Kowalska was very aggressive. She was waiting for her opponent's mistake, and she countered with a beautiful technique. And then she wanted to end the fight with an armbar. It didn't work for her, but anyway, she is leading by 1 point. Again, both of them controlling the grips. Odzelashvili looking for an inside trip. And looking for the outside. And the Ukrainian trying to pin. No. It was just a scramble. And it ended outside of the mat. And here we go again. Let's watch the attack. It didn't work. Well, this is getting more and more difficult for Odzelashvili. She is a very determined young lady. She is very powerful. She attacks a lot, but she chokes in the finals. I don't know exactly why she doesn't seem to be as concentrated in the finals as she is during the qualifiers. I think it has a lot to do with the morale and the general psychology of this young lady. But nonetheless, she is a great fighter. Again, looking for the throw is Odzelashvili. Let's see, 2 points for her. Now they are even, and Odzelashvili can try to turn her opponent into a pin. It didn't work, and the fight wasn't stopped yet. They are still moving, still looking for something. Odzelashvili trying to reverse her opponent again. Well, another great technique. Another great technique. Let's see how many points. Is it only one? Let's wait. I would love to see the referee right now. And here we see, we watch it again. Well, let's see. Let's see, it could have been a counter. And this is why we have the commission. They have to decide who gets how many points. Both of them waiting for the official decision. Yes, 4 points for Zelashvili. This is almost it's not almost the end, because we still have 2 minutes to go, but it's a very decisive attack for the Georgian. Now the Ukrainian has to be the aggressor. Again, the same thing. Ozil's really looking for her techniques, controlling the inside. Now she has the morale, because she's leading, and she does an amazing job when she has the morale. It's very difficult to control her on the ground, but still Kowalska has enough time to win this fight. She needs a good throw for 4 points, or maybe a pin, or who knows. There are a lot of possibilities right now, even a submission hold. But the first thing she has to do is to try to control the fight, to try to get back into the fight, and to try to continue to fight. Again, Hazelashvili forcing her down, controlling her on the ground. Nothing happens, but the time passes on. Zelashvili looking for an ankle lock. 20 seconds to go. And now Kowalska needs to do something impressive. She needs to attack. She needs to score at least a 4-pointer. And this is not it. Last seconds of the fight, and for sure the Georgian will control the fight. She's not going to do anything spectacular, but she's going to stay active, to move around, to defend, maybe try something on the ground, like here. She's not able to reverse her opponent, but she's working, and she's working until the end. Well, great victory for Nino Zelashvili from Georgia. It was an interesting fight up to up to a point when Adzashvili succeeded to that beautiful four-pointer, and then the Georgian did exactly what she had to do, and that is conserving the difference and controlling the fight, and after all, it's a great victory for her. In this weight class, it's very interesting. Anyway, a very nice fighter, but I was expecting some dancing because she always dances when she wins, and right now, I don't know why she didn't find it important.
Мужчины, весовая категория до 100
Anyway,
килограммов.
it was a beautiful fight, and we still have two more to go. Men under 100,
Please welcome the athletes
Beyber Murat Sheirik from Mongolia, and his opponent
юных спортсменов
from Belarus, Andrei Kuzyonak.
Монголии Сирик Бейрут Мурат.
Andrei Kuzyonak is a very, very experienced fighter. We know him for a very long time,
Representing Belarus,
and he fought well and he fought everywhere. But he's especially good when he fights at home in front of his home crowd. And here we go. In blue uniform, the Belarusian. In red, his opponent from Mongolia. Both of them starting very aggressively, and here is the first attempt for the Belarusian. Only 2 points, but he made sure that his opponent knows exactly what he's up to. On the ground, both of them looking for their grips. Looking for the throw is Kazisyonak. It didn't work, and now his opponent tries to attack. Still 2 points for the Belarusian. It was that very first throw that worked very well for him. Now if he tries to dive for an ankle lock, controlled on the ground by the Mongolian. The same style for the Mongolians. Very hard, very strong. No nonsense, no spectacular techniques, but very, very strong attacks. Kazusyanak attacking the leg again. The Mongolian is defending very well. It was the same thing as we saw before. It's a nice grip for the Mongolian. He tries to stay low. He tries to control his enemy's spine. But in a way, this is exactly what Kazyonak wants. Half-point deduction, but he still leads by 2 points. He wanted to score very quickly. No, it was a point deduction against the Mongolian also. So this is even better for Kazusyanak. He tries to attack a leg, but nothing happens. And right now he does exactly what he has to do. He attacks, and then he controls the pace of the fight. It's not the most spectacular fight, but it's a very technical one. Again, Kazusyanak with a nice technique. Yes, there are some problems with his nose, I think. There was an accidental clash of heads. Or is it the arm? Well, I think it's the nose because the knee touched his nose. These are very big and strong young men. It wasn't an intentional clash, but it was a painful one nonetheless. Again, looking for the throw is Kozicionak, and let's see, another 4 points. He does this very well. He knows how to attack a running technique. He starts it in the middle of the mat and ends it only when his opponent is on his back. He did it 2 times. It worked each time. And now again, another throw. It didn't work. Nice technique. Less than 2 minutes to go. Well, and this is it. Another half-point deduction against the Mongolian, and Kazusionak is the winner of this edition of our cup in Minsk. And we still have one more fight to go, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be interesting. It's Man Combat plus 100. And there are fighters from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, so this is the last medal that Belarus succeeded to win in this competition. I think probably they have the biggest number of gold medals.
За золотую медаль турнира в разделе боевое самбо, весовая категория
Well, and here we go, the last fight of our competition. In the red uniform representing Kazakhstan, Taigat Gentayev, and his opponent from Uzbekistan, Hakimjon Ismailov.
красный спортсмен из Казахстана
Well, these are the big guys.
In blue, representing Uzbekistan, синим спортсмен из Узбекистана Hakimjon Ismailov.
They touch gloves. And here we go. So in red uniform, the fighter from Kazakhstan, his opponent from Uzbekistan in blue. Very calm, both of them. Let's see, very quickly into the grip. I think it's going to be a 4-pointer. No, only two. Only two. It was a good throw though, but he didn't succeed to control his opponent on the ground. And maybe his opponent felt first on his hips and then on his back. But anyway, it started very nicely. Nice punches. Yeah, the fight will restart after they take care of this protective headgear, and we return. beautiful throw, and this time it's a four-pointer, and and he's still on the ground, controlling his opponent. Well, I think this is going to be it. This is it. This is it. Another quick victory in combat sambo. This time for Kazakhstan. I got Gentaev as the new champion and gold medalist.
Mira, sportsman is Kazakhstan, the winner, and the gold medalist of the tournament is from Kazakhstan, Talgat.
Well, let's wait for the official decision, and here it is. He is the champion from Kazakhstan with a beautiful performance tonight. This was the last final of the second day of competition here in Minsk. There were a lot of beautiful moments, a lot of beautiful techniques, and a lot of things to remember. But let's not forget, we still have the award ceremony, so stay with us until the end.
Ну что ж, а мы переходим к награждению финалистов и победителей весовой категории у женщин до 80 килограммов. Встречаем призеров и победителей вашими аплодисментами. Please welcome medalists and the winner. Награждение проводит председатель Федерации самбо Грузии, чемпион мира Автандил Цинцадзе и заслуженный мастер спорта Болгарии Дмитрий Дмитриев. Ну что ж, теперь переходим к призерам. Третьи места завоевали я прошу прощения. Третьи места Яна Койкель, Беларусь, и Екатерина Шут, Беларусь. Второе место Галина Ковальска, представительница Украины, и победитель Нину Ацалашвили, Грузия. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Грузии. Please rise the national anthem of Georgia. сейчас фото на память, уверен, наши призеры и победители обязательно запомнятся эти мгновения. Пусть они будут еще и в электронном виде. Ну что ж, а мы начинаем награждение призеров и победителя. В весовой категории у мужчин до 100 килограммов. Встречаем призеров и победителя. Please welcome medalists and the winner. Награждение проводит председатель Белорусской Федерации самбо Александр Аркадьевич Кобросев и генеральный секретарь Международной Федерации самбо Роберто Феррарис. Третьи места завоевали Алексей Моисеев, Украина. Давид Илаяшвили, Грузия. Второе место представитель Монголии Сирик Биргенбурат. И первое место победитель, чемпион турнира Андрей Казусюк, Беларусь. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Республики Беларусь. The national anthem of the Republic of Belarus. Ну что ж, еще раз ваши аплодисменты призерам и победителю. Фото на память. Спасибо спортсменам. Ну что ж, а мы переходим к награждению призеров и победителя. В боевом самбо мужчины свыше 100 килограмм. Итак, награждение, я прошу прощения, встречаем, конечно же, наших призеров и победителя. заслуженный тренер Советского Союза, заслуженный мастер спорта СССР Михаил Михайлович Баранов. Прошу встречать аплодисментами обладателей третьих мест. Иван Иванов, Болгария. Размик Танаян, Украина. Второе место. Кагишон Исмаилов, Узбекистан. И наш победитель, чемпион Далгат Жиентаев, Казахстан. В честь победителя звучит государственный гимн Казахстана. Please rise, the national anthem of Kazakhstan. Спасибо. Традиционное фото на память. Ну а мы просим оставаться на вас на трибунах, потому что есть еще один приятный бонус, приятный подарок, который подарит нам этот замечательный турнир. Ну что ж, поблагодарим спортсменов вашими аплодисментами. Ну и еще один приятный момент. По традиции, Республиканское государственное общественное объединение «Президентский спортивный клуб» учредило специальные призы в номинациях «За волю к победе» и «За лучшую технику». Награждение проводит помощник председателя Республиканского государственного общественного объединения «Президентский спортивный клуб» Волканович Ксения Леонидовна. И За волю к победе награждается представительница Украины Екатерина Москалева. За лучшую технику приз получает представитель Узбекистана Нимат Якубов. Екатерина, просим вас оставаться. Я думаю, приятным бонусом станет и фотография